Is there a way to change the behavior of lawyers or the actual financial structure of the system so that attorneys do not have an incentive, as they do today, to really expand conflict? Because if you're being paid by the hour, and if you can charge for 100 hours instead of 10 hours, obviously you're going to make more money. Okay, Stan, you get the first crack at that.
Well, I think, let me say a couple of things about the private practice of law, which I know a lot about. First of all, it's very competitive, and I think that's a good factor. Lawyers in big downtown firms constantly deal with competition, with other lawyers that want to take their clients, and with knowing that they have to produce excellent legal service to keep their clients. And that's a good force. You want to have that kind of competition because it makes everybody better. The concern you have about lawyers try to kind of stir up litigation so they can have more work. To be honest, I haven't seen much of that in Colorado, and I've sat through a lot of billing discussions with my own clients, with other people's clients, etc. The bottom line is good lawyers want to get a case resolved. They know that their reputation will build because they get a good result for a client, and so they're not likely to just run up a fee simply because they get some kind of short, immediate gain. But I do think, I will tell you, I have tried 2 major cases in South Florida in federal court, and in those cases I've seen very serious behavior by lawyers that's very disturbing. So it does happen, I just haven't seen it much in Colorado. I do think 2 quick things. One, we need to make sure that the state of Colorado funds the public defender system fully and adequately, and that it funds Colorado Legal Services fully and adequately so that the indigent have good legal services. And finally, we need to make sure we have the most rigorous regulation system of lawyers that we can have, so that when there is misbehavior by a lawyer and the public sees that and is concerned about it, appropriate consequences will happen.
I don't have quite such a rosy view of the legal profession. I've been practicing law for 33 years, and I don't think it's just getting old and those were the good old days. I have really detected, and I think it has something to do with just the number of lawyers, but I have detected a kind of a dog-eat-dog atmosphere at certain levels of the profession, and a lack of civility. And if a counselor, as a lawyer, as a counselor, convinces his client that the way to go is, go to the mat on this and let's fight to the death and all that kind of stuff, it's, they went to that lawyer for advice and they may think that's the appropriate thing to do. And I really do think there's way too much of that. But I agree with Stan, good lawyers are trying to serve their clients and trying to resolve it in as efficient a way as possible. But I just see a lot of bad lawyering going on, and I wish that we were a little more effective in policing it.
Do we need to do something at the law school level?
I think we're trying. I think both the deans would tell you that there's a big emphasis on ethics. There's a section on the bar exam now on ethics. But, I think the business schools have learned, and I think the law schools have learned, you don't teach ethics in a classroom. It's largely something you learn in the profession by mentoring and that sort of thing. And if you don't get involved with good lawyers early on, you can get off on a wrong track and think that's what you need to do to make a good living at this profession. And it's sad to see, because I see some people who I think have some talent but have kind of turned into the guerrilla warfare sort of attitude, and it's counterproductive.